We're live. Well, I'm live. I think Mike's putting on pants. You're welcome. Welcome to 3 Mississippi. It's Wednesday Night Live. It's the thing we do. Mike is freezing me out because he's got the air conditioner on full blast. And I went from sweating outside in like 90-degree weather, digging a trench to do some landscaping and running around town to do stuff. And the storm came in and it's humid and hot and all that because of that kind of storms, thunderstorm. And yeah. So, but he's got the air cranked downstairs here, and I'm like, can we turn it up a little bit? He's like, no, it feels perfect. And I'm like, I'm freezing. So I've got my big, heaviest winter coat on, but go Ridge Life. And I'm freezing to death, but it's okay. It's all fine. Sherman Family Farm, hello, full blown country. Howdy, Mike and Sid, passing through early so you can stuff your face. I feel that, man. I didn't get a chance to eat dinner last night. I made this big pork thing and I was gonna make like a salad or something, and I ended up fasting. So go me. But we didn't get back to the house until like 9 o'clock, and I still had a couple things I had to do. And so I was like, well, I'm not gonna eat dinner at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. This is stupid. I'm going to bed. so then this afternoon, I started to get a little grumbly, but doing all right, doing all right. Come on, Homestead and David. What is going on? Guess I got to come here because I can't get Mike to call a brother. Oh no, he was slammed at work. I do know that. He's not always good about getting. I lost some traction here. Auntie Ann, hello. I hope you're feeling better this week. I do. Scott Johnson, hello all. Dano Picola, hey crew, what's going on? Yeah, get your pants on, Auntie Ann says. Paul Honeyman.
Dead center here.
Sorry, I was trying to read the thing here. I'm trying to multitask. Story of my life. Multitask. Back Road Freedom, Justin's in the house. What's going on? I'm sorry I had to do such a quick drive-by yesterday, but we were literally at our neighbor's house out by his pond, and I couldn't really stay and
was fishing.
So no judgment here with Tish Ross. Hey, hello. She's going live with Full Blown Country with Pretty and Pooch. She is the pretty of the Pretty and the Pooch. They'll be live at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on the dot.
On the
dot. Robert Richards checking in. Howdy. Paul Honeyman. Wow, what did I come into, Sid? What's on my vest? On my vest?
What's on your vest?
Oh, I got Ridge Life on. I got my Ridge Life shirt on, but you can't see it because I had my really old TCR shirt on earlier because I was out getting dirty, and I figured it could stand to get dirty. So there's that. Let's see what's going on. I gotta say, David said you have to call him back. By the way, but that cabin, the last couple videos, that siding looks amazing.
I love that burnt look.
I love it. It's very classy.
Yeah, I do enjoy that burnt look. Mm-hmm. And you milled all that wood off your property too, so that's even more impressive.
He didn't mill it all. Tim did like half a board.
Oh, Tim did half a board?
Yeah. Or he did. Well, Tim helped one day. But he said he wasn't really, he was like, it took him a lot longer, I guess, to do it because he's still learning. But
I've never run a sawmill.
Me neither. Life with Tamara and David, hello. Shannon, hello. Brian, Vineyard Farmhouse, he'll be on at 9 tonight with Jackie Boy, I believe, if memory serves. There's, speaking of the devil, hiking with Jackie Boy, there he is. Hello.
I feel like I get a little bit of anxiety when we're not caught up on the comments. It's like if we miss some, we miss some, but I want to see the new comments as they come in.
All right.
Don't you?
All right. Well, hold
on. Because we're like scrolled up, making sure we haven't missed comments, and it's like.
Oh, he said it was a whole half, maybe a quarter.
A whole half, maybe.
That's what David said about Tim from Ridge Life's work on the mill there. All right, I'm gonna skip comments now because Mike said I had to. There we go.
I didn't say I have to. I just said that's.
You guys hear? I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder. It's happening.
It is thundering.
It is happening.
It's thundering.
Now I'm hot.
It's thundering.
The air conditioner turned off. Now I'm warm.
Well, it didn't turn off unless you turned it off.
No, it like kicks on when it's running and it's blasting the cold air. I get really cold, and then when it turns off, I'm
that's kind of the idea.
I don't like that. because I go from like normal, like I've acclimated to what the weather is, and then I walk inside and I'm like, holy cow, I need a parka. Just like, I don't know. It's not my jam. I'm used to not living with an air conditioner, I guess is my thing. I never really had an air conditioner
Oh yeah.
anywhere that I lived until now.
We're gonna use it.
So we
all
use it.
summer
Well,
long.
when it's humid, yeah. But and it's kind of humid right now, but I don't know. I guess I don't set mine as low as he likes to set it. So I don't know.
Look, I feel like it doesn't matter the time of year. 72 degrees is a good temperature. And here's what's weird
All day long.
is Sid's body knows what time of year it is, where my body knows what temperature it is right now.
No, because okay, it's just like if the heater's blasting, I rather put on extra blanket than have the heater blasting and drying me out in my brain,
right.
in my nose. And
but,
if the air conditioner's on, it's like cold Arctic chill versus just.
But 72 degrees
temperature.
in the summertime is not the same thing to your body as 72 degrees in the winter.
Yes, because when I go outside and it's cold versus when I go outside and it's hot.
Matter, we're not outside.
No, but when you come inside, it's
wherever my body is right now. That's what temperature my body is in.
Okay.
My body is in 72 degrees. And
I could put your body somewhere where it'll feel a lot warmer. One-way ticket.
I'm just saying, she's okay with like only heating the house to 70 degrees in the wintertime.
Yeah, like
but if I cool the house
65.
down, but if I cool the house down to 72 degrees in the summertime, it's too cold.
That's too cold.
That's weird.
I'm telling you, this is
72 degrees is 72 degrees is 72 degrees.
It's different because of the ambient temperature.
Somebody tell me how you feel about this.
I'm just saying the ambient temperature.
Y'all join in this. Y'all join in this fight.
All I'm saying.
Is 72 degrees? Let's see. Is 72 degrees the same?
David says, "Come on, homesteading says." I know why Mike has not returned any of my calls. It's grass cutting season, time for Kenny to shine.
Okay. All right, brother.
Safety.
Yeah.
Off, yo.
Kenny's not a lawnmower.
Lindsay, hello.
Go lay down.
Did you see? Maybe you didn't see. I actually took one of your name advice of Gertrude for my one goose. So. Which
goose? Gertrude?
The one that I named Gertrude.
Well, I know.
I don't know what you mean.
Is it one of the ones that is the correct? We don't even know if it's the right variety.
The two girls, those are Sebastopol geese. I don't think
they are, because here's why I don't think that. I think they got the whole batch of eggs from the wrong pot.
No, because the girls, there's only two breeds of geese that are auto-sexed with markings, and Sebastopols are one of them. And it had the saddleback markings on it. Okay. So it has to be. Okay. And then, but the other one,
I'll be curious to see when they start to feather out.
Yeah, but the other one, I'm pretty sure the boy Roderick is a tough.
Because see, I don't understand how they get one egg from the wrong place mixed in. I think they got 3 eggs from the wrong place.
I don't think so. I think something happened, but I don't know. But Uber's in the shop. Pick her up tomorrow in Oklahoma. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You from that fuse you blew a week back or so?
Yeah, it is lawn mowing season. You're correct about that. But Kenny's not a lawnmower.
Yeah, he did use the Cub Cadet to mow. What was it, last week?
Yeah, I mowed the front. Actually, I mowed part of the back with a 0-turn too. I mowed for about like 2 hours with a 0-turn, and man, it's growing fast right now.
Yeah. Oh, he hit a tree. I must have, maybe that hasn't posted yet. I must have posted, or he wouldn't be talking about it out here. So I must have missed a video. Uh-oh. He hit a tree with Uber. How do you hit a tree with your tractor?
Well, I've seen him hit a lot of trees with Uber on purpose.
Yeah. So I don't know how you accidentally hit it. And I don't know. Well, we're assuming it was an accident. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Let's see. Cottonwood Ranch is saying hello to Let's Trade Paint. Hello, Let's Trade Paint.
Oh, yeah. So Robert's saying that one male goose is a substitution. They just didn't inform you that it's a substitution.
No. So I had marked no substitutions. And they're not supposed to do that, especially with those breeds. They're very like specific because, so, and when, yeah, so I'm gonna give it a few more days to see, but I'm fairly certain.
It's yeah.
I'm fairly certain. I just don't want to be wrong. I don't want to call them and be like, "Hey, you sent me the wrong goose." Like I can tell it's a tufted Roman, and then find out it was just a weird anomaly and it's a
Well, let me
Sebastian.
ask you this: did they sell tufted Romans?
Well, yeah, they sell all kinds of different geese.
Did you
Yeah.
go look and see if they sell tufted Romans?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know they do. It's not like it would be that out of pocket.
I mean, look,
Like,
if it's a tufted Roman, we're gonna eat it.
stop it.
What?
So mean.
We're not gonna keep a single. Because here's what's gonna happen, y'all. Here's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna turn out to be a tufted Roman, and then all of a sudden now she's gonna be ordering 2 female tufted Romans because we have a male. We need to have 2 females. No, I'm putting that thing in the oven.
Stop it. His name is Roderick.
Yeah, well, Roderick's gonna be Christmas dinner.
No.
Now the goose is on the table.
Well, at least Christmas is a ways away.
And the pudding made of fig.
Stop it. So mean to me.
Just saying.
I'd rather get the 2 females. Thank you.
Speaking of that, I did order. I don't know if I could say I officially ordered trees, but I'm getting trees from actually someone who.
Josh Ward's in here, right?
Oh, from Josh Ward.
He says, "Evening, my MS peeps."
Someone that I met through this channel, and he I don't know if he wants me telling y'all that he grafts trees because then y'all might be reaching out to him. But anyway, we are working. We haven't even worked out a price yet. I'm just trusting him that it's going to be a fair amount. But
he's going to be like $1 billion. No, he won't do that.
So he's doing
Wild and Free Tennessee.
A bunch of apple trees.
Should just order 4 or 5 more to keep the numbers good. Yeah, well, maybe.
Who said that?
Wild and Free Tennessee says I should just order 4 or 5 more geese to keep the numbers good.
Yeah. I thought he was talking about the trees.
No. He'll order a gazillion trees, but it's like I order 1 bird and he's like, "What are you ordering? Why?
No, that is an exaggeration, completely 100%.
$100, Josh says.
How many trees have I ordered since we've been here?
I don't know because
how many birds have you ordered since we've been here? I've ordered 0 trees since we've been here.
Yes, but you've ordered lots of like seeds and planting and things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna eat any of the stuff that I grow? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Am I gonna eat any of these geese that you've purchased? Nope.
No, but you will eat the chicken. The chickens are coming. They're in the air right now. They're flying.
Okay, yeah, no, those meat birds, I'm 100% behind. It's this whole exotic goose thing that I'm struggling with. That I'm like,
Stop it. Listen, the animals make me happy.
Mm-hmm. Do they completely though?
Yes.
Okay. Do they make you so happy that in a moment of unhappiness I could go goose and you would just be happy?
Yes.
I don't
know why you've never tried it.
I need to do that.
Like legitimately, I feel like that would be a good move on your part. Like, look, honey, like that. Don't bring me flowers. Bring me a goose.
Oh no, I meant just show you an existing goose. Now I have to get you a new one every time you're unhappy. Well, we don't have enough acreage.
I mean, no. Here's the deal. It's it's not like you can be like happy anniversary, honey. Look, remember 20 years ago I got you a ring or whatever. Like you have to get a new one. So it's like, okay, so
I'm supposed to get you a new ring every year?
No. I'm using it as an example of something.
How many rings do you have right now?
Right now there's 7 on, but I'm wearing my great.
Y'all see that?
I have my great grandmother's ring on today.
That's craziness. Yeah.
But that's my great grandmother's ring.
I feel like 1 ring is enough.
No.
I feel like 1 goose is enough.
No. That's blasphemy. No, you need all the geese. They're so much fun. So, Dredging Dreamers 5, what is going on? Well, you are early technically. He says better late than ever. Happy late birthday. Oh
yeah,
I see what you're saying. It's because your birthday.
Appreciate it, Mike.
There you go.
If that's Mike, is that Mike?
Mike or Lissa? One of them. One of them's behind the keyboard.
One of y'all's there.
One of them all. One of them. One. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Oh, Wild and Free Tennessee says, we have ended up with a goat after farmer's market last Saturday. Pretty sure I pissed her off during the tornadoes. Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
With a goat? You just randomly went to the farmer's market and came back with a goat?
Sometimes that happens.
That should not happen.
Come on,
you're not allowed to go to the farmer's market. Oh, man.
I like my blingy things. It can't be helped.
Wow, 1 goose would be lonely. Okay, that's fine. 2 geese then.
All the geese.
2 geese.
All the geese. But the problem is, I was trying to make sure I had at least 1 male for my girls. So I ordered 2 males in case something happened. Well, 1 didn't make it after like the first couple hours I received it. And then, which I suspect was a legit Sebastopol. And then I'm left with this tufted Roman. So I still am screwed. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got to give it a few more days. I'm still hoping it's an anomaly.
No, it's wrong goose.
I'm hoping I'm wrong.
It's wrong.
I'm hoping that I'm wrong.
It's dinner.
No.
I bet it tastes amazing. You know?
Those aren't the kind of geese that you eat.
There's no kind of geese that you don't eat.
Let me spin my story.
That's like saying that's not the kind of pheasant that you eat.
Yeah.
No. I don't care if it's called a peacock. It's a pheasant. Still the kind that you eat.
Josh Ward says you'll need to go to Riley's first Saturday market. You can get anything.
Riley's. Where is that?
Sounds like it's probably closer to him.
Is that in West Point? Riley's first Saturday market. So is that like just the first Saturday of every month? Because yeah, that sounds like we should do that for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Homemade Salisbury steak. Oh, come on, Drifting Dreamers. That's good. I enjoy it. Homemade, like real Salisbury steak. Actually, sometimes even the TV tray ones are not bad.
Yeah, I used to eat those when I was a kid in the 80s. Those was always my go-to. Was the Salisbury steak, Hungry Man, or whatever it was.
They have one at a local restaurant that they call a hamburger steak.
But it's basically
it is a Salisbury steak, and it is bomb. Yeah. It's great. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Janet McBride says Ripley First Monday. I don't know. I'm assuming that's in reference to the farmer's market. Todd's Adventure says it's the wrong goose. That it's goose sandwich at this point.
That's right.
No. Peacocks are the prettiest right as the bumper makes contact and then on the plate. Oh no.
Peacocks are annoying.
I love them.
They're so loud.
I love their call. I think it is the most beautiful sound.
I
cannot wait to get peacocks.
You know what?
I love peacocks.
See, the difference between your passion and my passion is my passion is the most beautiful sound.
Listen, if I can keep
my plants make the most beautiful sounds.
They don't make any sound.
Exactly.
Listen,
silence. The sound of silence is a beautiful sound.
Listen. You married me.
So I need silence once in a while.
If you married me, you don't like silence.
Maybe I married you and you broke up the silence considerably. But I didn't realize that you were going to continue to surround yourself with things even louder than you.
Yeah.
Like peacocks.
Yeah.
How many of y'all know what a peacock sounds like? Raise your hand if you don't know what a peacock sounds like.
Sound. Google it if you don't know. It's the prettiest sound. I think it's lovely. It's not what it sounds like.
Pretty close.
No, not even a little bit. I love it. It's beautiful. And they do these pretty little honks and calls. And then I just love it. And they're so cute when their little voices change.
Fun fact,
when they're juveniles.
in Dumb and Dumber, when the comedian, what's his name?
You're talking about Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey. When they were in the truck and Jim Carrey
Cottonwood
said,
Ranch loves the sound of peacocks too. I'm not alone.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't. When Jim Carrey said, "Hey, you know what the most annoying sound in the world is?" and then he made that crazy. That was all like ad lib. He just decided to do that while they were filming. That was not written in. But I think that if Jim Carrey knew what a peacock sounded like, he would have adjusted what he considered to be the most annoying sound in the world.
I think it's a beautiful sound. You even admitted once the peacocks reached maturity, it was kind of pretty.
Not the sound.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, only occasionally when it's strutting its tail all.
No,
I'm like, oh, that looks cool.
I love the sound they make. I would just listen to birds. Like I love the sound of geese. Like when the geese are flying over.
When the geese are flying over and they're way far away,
I get so
and you hear them,
I love that. I
not
love
bad.
it.
But when they're like really close to you and they're making that noise, it's annoying.
I love it. I love all the songbirds. I love
roosters. I don't like roosters.
Oh, I love the sound of a rooster.
Man, when there's a rooster crowing
why
outside
do you
my
have
bedroom,
a farm? You hate animals. You're a bad man.
I don't hate animals. I just tend to not like birds that much.
I love birds. I love all birds. The noisier, the better.
I mean,
and you know what else I love? My neighbors across the way have guinea fowl, and the guinea fowl have started hanging out over here a lot. And so I don't have guinea fowl, but I still get to hear them and see them, and I like them.
Yeah, a peacock does sound like it's yelling for help. It does.
No.
It literally sounds like it's yelling for help.
The Kemp Family Hill. No, it does not.
I'm just saying. And they're expensive. Peacocks are ridiculously expensive.
Well, this is why I was so like
for a pheasant.
You don't understand. This is why
there's no shortage.
I had gotten really good deals on the ones that I had cultivated over years, and then when we moved here and I lost them all, that was devastating to me because I was like, not only did I love these birds, and one I had hatched out myself and was super friendly. And then,
I'm not disagreeing. That was
like,
that
I
sucked.
had a whole
like
plan.
We were invested in them and we had them for a long time, and then they died. But I'm just saying. Like if we went back to the beginning,
were murdered.
They were murder, death, killed. Yeah, somebody tell me what movie that's from. Murder, death, killed. Go ahead. Not you. Not you're not playing this game. Don't ever play a movie game with her. Whether it's a line from a movie, whether it's it could be like not the lead character, but like the B, C, D character down the list. She knows their name. She knows who they're married to, or who they're divorced from and now seeing,
or who their kid is.
Or who their kid is.
If their kid's an actor or something.
Yeah, she knows the most random stuff.
I do. But I have trivia night on tomorrow night after church.
Demolition Man, there it is.
We'll see if I win. I don't know. We're on a team. So it's me and my bunco girls.
What was her name? Oh man, what was her name?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
This is how we he'll be thinking of something and
he'll just say, what movie I'm thinking about.
Yeah, but even if I didn't know the movie and you were just like, you'll do that sometimes. He'll say like parts of something and I'll be like, and I'll say the name and I'm like, I don't know how I got that from what you just said, but I did.
I watched a movie last night after you went to bed that I'm surprised I never watched before.
What was it?
It's like the follow-up to the Jason Bourne series. It's called like Bourne something.
The Bourne Identity.
Bourne Identity, yeah. It's from 2012.
I don't like
and it's got that guy from The Hurt Locker in it.
Oh, he bugs me.
Oh, I like him. He's a good actor.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something about him bugs me. And I feel bad for him because I know he was just in that horrible accident and he's like recovering. Yeah, in December he was in that horrible snowmobile accident and his neighbor had to save his leg.
I did not know.
He broke like everything in his body and he was in like ICU and he just did an interview with
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he was a Hot Mess Express. It was touch and go.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I was just like scrolling through Netflix after she went to bed last night.
Hello, Chris Case from Macomb.
And this Bourne something or another, Bourne Identity or something popped up from 2012.
Heather, hello.
And it was like last day to watch this on Netflix is like next week. And I was like, have I seen this before? I started watching it. I'd never seen it before.
Oh, he dived in front of a snowplow to save his nephew, and he got hit by it. So he knocked his nephew out of the way. He got hit by it, and the neighbor came and saved him.
Wow.
And like, I know they had to like tourniquet his leg or like hold he had to like put pressure. Like and it took a while because the conditions were so bad for the ambulance to come.
Wow.
It was bad. Yeah, it was. I just know it was bad. So
that's terrible.
Randall, $10 super chat.
Hey, what's up, knuckleheads?
What's going
on?
What's going on,
Randall?
Knuckleheads.
Good to see
you. David Glunt says, "Little late to the show. Better late than never, David. No worries. No worries, sir." Got so quiet, and then there was like loud thunder. Ooh.
Yeah, loud thunder, heavy rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dogs have been going crazy today, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like haul them up in bed with me.
Our dogs
supposed to get bad tonight.
Do not do well when there's thunder, and they stink.
They get like
when
anxious.
when they stress, when they get anxiety. Like I don't like the smell of dogs. If you know,
they were
some people
supposed to get the groomer this week, but then with the rain coming, she switched it to next week.
Like
so,
I like our dogs to be kept clean and not smell like dogs. Which for the most part they do.
Yeah.
But when they get anxiety, they emit like a different
They get
sweat.
like a funk. It's like dog BO, I guess.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Who knows? Randall, $50 super chat. for your efforts with the tornadoes. Very, very human of you three. Thank you, Randall. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, Saturday was a long day. Frankie was worn out even when we got back. The youngsters were worn out.
Yeah, the kids worked hard.
We were yeah. When we got back, I was done for sure.
What is that? Paul Honeyman, 10-pound super chat. Mike, how come Sid wants more than one of all the livestock, but you only have Frankie? Only blessed with one kid. Yeah, we I guess I'll answer that. Why not? So we only have the one kid because
I wonder if we have the same answer. We'll find out.
So we had decided we weren't going to decide how many kids we were going to have until after the first year of having Frankie. And after the first year was coming up, and it was like, she was kind of moving out of crib and to the next car seat, and I had all these things that were baby things. It was like, do I keep these things because we're going to have another one, or do I get rid of them? And we had a discussion about it, and he was like, I got really scared when you were in labor with Frankie because things did not go according to plan, the whole birth plan, and it was bad, and like I ended up having like an emergency C-section, and there was just like all kinds of stuff that happened. It wasn't that bad, but it was that bad. You know what I mean? Like everybody's fine, but it could have been very different, I suppose. Anyway, it really scared him that everybody was going to die. And he's like, I can't go through that again. So it's a no for me. And I was like, well, if it's a no for you, then it has to be a no for me. So we just have one. Is your version the same? Because that's the conversation I remember.
Yeah, I was going back further than that. About how long I waited to have a kid. I think that had I just been in a different place in my life when I was younger and not been a musician, and
well,
maybe I would have had a kid younger, and then maybe I would have.
It wouldn't have been with me though, because I was 23 when we got married, and I was like, I don't want to have a kid right now. We were married for 5 years before we had Frankie.
Yeah.
And it took us a year to get pregnant. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like you would have been a different woman. It wouldn't have been me.
Yeah. I mean, look, you can always go back and like play the what if this, what if that, what if. Nah.
Yeah.
You can't.
So just blessed with the one. That's all. But one.
Plus, I mean, like, I've met other people's kids. I have. I've met a lot of other people's kids. And a lot of them are tyrants, man. And some of them, like, they'll have one kid that's great, and the other one is like literally Satan. And
all of our friends right now are going, which one of my kids does he hate?
It's like, you got one that's dialed in and one that is off the deep end. So I'm looking at that, and it's like gambling. I mean, ours is dialed in and just as good as it gets.
Because we only, that.
Like if we had a second one.
Like I said on Sippin' and Spillin' the other day, I was like, we have one pancake, and normally the first pancake you throw out, but we only have the one pancake, so we have to make sure it's the most perfect pancake. But I don't know. Just saying.
Talking about Dreaming Drifters killed it on the 41.36. They must be talking about when they were putting the Raptors up.
Well, and then they were working on well, they went over to David's. He was working on he was helping David with the siding. He's been bouncing around doing a lot of stuff from what I've gathered. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer's like, which one of mine is what? Sherman's Family Farm says, my daughter is calm and relaxed. She is 15. Now my son is 5 and very wild. Yeah, see, it's some, like I had a friend like that growing up, that the older sister was like mellow, calm, could be trusted, could be left home alone. The younger daughter, who was my age, was like, let's jump off the roof with umbrellas. Like that was her. So
Ken Cross.
Well, we missed. Hold on, you're not over here, Mr. Randall. $5 super chat. Yeah, Mike, saying you have wanted to be a cradle robber with Sid, you weirdo.
Yeah. That's like 9 years.
Ken Cross, $20 super chat. Hello from Mobile, Alabama. Love your channel. Thank you, Ken. We appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Mobile, Alabama. Hello, Ken. How's the weather over in Mobile right now? I'm curious.
I suspect it's
I think it's a
little better than ours is
a little
right
better
now,
than here, but it's
coming to you.
It's headed your way. We're
it.
sending it your way, y'all.
Yeah. It's actually not bad. I mean, they say it's going to get bad overnight, but right now it's not.
But when they but not bad like tornado bad.
No, just like bad thunderstorms.
We're not supposed to be looking at tornado supercells right now.
They keep getting the flooding warning, and I'm like, we're not going to flood here. It would have to be end of days.
Well, they don't know where we are.
Well, I know where I am.
Flooding warning for like our area.
I guess, but I can't.
We're on top of a hill.
I know.
So we're not going to flood.
I know, but I just laugh because I'm like.
But somebody in our area might.
I guess coming from somewhere where we were like literally on a creek in a flood zone, that I'm like, you know, where the whole town was like that, you know. So when they get a lot of rain, you'd have to divert you to a different road because you couldn't get to the school the one way. So,
but you know, our culvert, you know, down below our house, because our house is on a hill. But as you head down below our house, down the pasture towards like the back 20. There's a culvert down there, and you may have seen Sid bunny hop that culvert in the truck one day when David from Kamal was here visiting. Anyway, that area down there, I've seen it full. I've seen it like a big pond. Yeah. You know, for a couple of hours. Yeah. I mean, it does drain out pretty quick, but I've seen it. I mean, there's no joke here. When it comes like a serious downpour here, it's a lot of water falling from the sky. You cannot see 10 feet.
It just goes right into the pond and right into the creek. Like we don't have it doesn't sit in the house. Yeah, it just goes away. Always. So Paul Henneman, $5 super chat. Through Mississippi, sorry you went through that, Sid. My ex went through a similar thing and I made sure I couldn't do it again. Yeah. No, I mean, like it all turned out the way it was supposed to and everything was fine, but it was I guess it was just a little bit like, it wasn't as scary for me because I was focused on other things at the time, but it was, as a spectator, I think it was a much more scary looking situation.
I mean, you know, I could see the monitors and I could see the looks on the nurse's face. Yeah. And when I say monitors, I mean multiple, like I could see the baby's monitor and mom's monitor. And like, so I saw the baby's heart rate starting to go down.
He's talking about when they finally decided to give me an epidural. Because
and then like the nurse called another nurse, and then I saw the look on their two faces looking at each other, and I realized something bad was happening, and that baby's heart rate was going down, 40.
And mine went way down too.
So, and then the next thing I know, I heard somebody say, we need to get her down the hall to the OR, which, you know, was standing by, and it was like only 50 feet down the hall.
But then all our heart rates came back up and it was fine. And they flipped me back over and they were like, I was like, why is there so many nurses in the room? There's like 40 people in the room. And I was like, what happened? And he's like, nothing. He's like, nothing. It's fine. And I was like, okay. Yeah, and then he told me later, he's like,
I was trying to keep her calm.
Yeah. He goes, both your heart rate dropped to like nothing. Like you were just barely blipping on the screen while they were doing that. And I was like, oh, fun. But I'm fine. I didn't feel weird. I felt fine. So I was like, whatever. And then like, eventually they had me go ahead and push when it was time. But then she got stuck and they apparently let me push way longer than they were supposed to. So I pushed for like 4 hours and then at that I spiked a fever and I was getting an infection.
This was after that, babe.
What are you talking about after that? In the OR are you talking about?
Yeah, they never let you push in the OR.
I wasn't in the OR pushing. I'm not talking about that.
I know. We just got the story out of order. From the time the heart rates dropped, they never let you push after that. You went straight to the OR.
That is not accurate.
You do not remember.
When my heart rates dropped was when they gave me the epidural. Then everything was okay. I went back to sleep. I woke up, couldn't feel the contractions. I had finally dilated. They let me push for 4 hours. No. Then they said,
you have drugs have blocked your memory.
No,
when the baby almost died, they rolled you to the OR.
No. That's not what happened.
That is exactly what happened.
No, they said,
I was the one that was sober and watching.
No, I was sober too. I only had an epidural. I wasn't like high.
Okay.
Like they even said, they were like, they're like, you can continue to push a little bit longer if you want, but you're starting to spike a fever and get an infection. So we really probably should get you into the OR. And that's what happened. And then they did like a quasi emergency surgery. That was what happened. $10 super chat from Randall. Funny story, was watching YouTube clips on Karen's. My ex was on one of the compilations.
Oh,
That's funny. Oh,
if your ex made it onto a Karen's compilation on YouTube, good for you that she's your ex.
That's funny.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. That is funny. Just say no to drugs. They impact your memory.
Right.
Well, I was not doing. They gave me a little bit of fentanyl at one point. I think I was like 12 hours.
I'll tell you right now, when we were in the OR, you were tanked.
I was not tanked. Again, they didn't give me those kinds of drugs. They gave me an epidural, and I was having a oxygen seizure. They called it something else. I forget what they called it, but I couldn't. Remember, I couldn't hold her when they gave her to me.
No, I'm talking way before they gave her to you. I'm talking before they got her out of you. I'm talking about when your intestines were laying on top of your chest.
Epidural. That's all they gave me.
And you were behind the curtain looking up, talking to the anesthesiologist, and like he was telling jokes, and at one point you even laughed at a joke that
because he was trying to keep me calm because I was having a panic attack because I didn't want to have a C-section.
Well, you was already cut open at that point.
Yes, I could feel it.
Okay.
But
you could feel it.
You can feel them
yeah.
You can feel them digging. Yeah, and then you can smell when they cauterize your flesh. Like, it's not pleasant. I don't recommend. But anyway, I'm just saying.
Okay. I can't wait until like 10 years from now when we're like, because we literally have completely different memories of a lot of things.
I feel like,
and I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'm really sure you're wrong. So when do you think they rushed me to the ER when my heart rate dropped? When do you think I did the pushing that I did? Or do you think that didn't happen?
That pushing all happened before the doctor ever got there for hours and hours and hours. The doctor never showed up.
Right. The doctor came in and checked on me, said I was dilated, said I could start pushing.
Yep.
I pushed.
Yep.
Nothing was happening. I finally asked somebody how long I'd been pushing, and they were like, a while. And I looked at the clock, and they were like, a while. And I was like, yeah, it's been a while. When is this going on?
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like, probably in total like 8 hours that you were pushing.
But when my heart rate dropped, and when the baby's heart rate dropped, which happens sometimes when they're giving you an epidural, which is when that happened. And I didn't rush me straight into the ER then.
When the one nurse called the other nurse and multiple nurses came in the room, and I saw the look on her face was terrified, and I saw the baby's heart rate was below 40, you were in the OR within 10 minutes.
You are so confused. They even told me I could keep pushing and stay there if I wanted to, and you were like, no, let's go ahead and go into the OR.
If any of y'all are out there in your 20s right now watching us, thinking about getting married, this is what a marriage looks like. 18 years later, trying to remember my version of the story versus her version of the story, and I don't know if we were reading the same book.
I just know what happened, and what happened to me.
Yeah,
that's all I know. And I was only on an epidural at that point. I hadn't had anything else, so I don't know. If it's not on video, it didn't happen, right? That's true. Let's trade paint. And we didn't, and I was very adamant that I didn't want any of it filmed because I felt like
she didn't
that
want
was
a
weird.
picture taken.
I didn't want picture. I mean, we took pictures after the baby was born.
Like 2.
No, there was more than that.
I have one picture that I think your dad took, and it was like a good solid more than an hour. It was like 5, 6, 7 hours later.
Well,
and you were all cleaned up.
Well, she didn't get back to the room for a few hours. Remember?
I know, I was with her. Remember
that's
that?
what I'm saying.
We were of the same memory of that.
I told you to stay with her, and then I was getting worried because you guys never came back.
I was like, I got what I need.
Yeah, I was like, it's like 2.5 hours later. I'm like, they're gonna bring me this baby because I feel like I need to feed her. Like,
yeah, who'd have thought that tonight's live was gonna go down the road of?
You started it.
Yeah.
You did. Sure. Well, not really. I think it was technically Paul Honeyman because he was saying that like why we don't have more kids, and then I brought that up, and then apparently then we learned that our recollection of the day of birth was very different. But
all I know is I was not on drugs, and you were.
I was only on an epidural.
Okay.
They didn't give me the good stuff. I mean, they should have, but I didn't want it. So they did give me a little bit of fentanyl earlier, but that was way before the epidural.
Saying something was kind of scary to Into the Mist. What did I miss?
Into the Mist. Me
Kinda
too, Paul
scary.
Honeyman. The first was an emergency C-section. The next
Oh.
two were scheduled. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't recommend like even quasi emergency surgeries because they are a little scary. A little scary. And I didn't react well to the bolster of the epidural that they had to give me, the bolus. And so I got the shakes really bad, and I couldn't like they tried to give me the baby afterwards, and I was like, I can't hold her, and I couldn't breathe. And they had to put oxygen on me for like 2 hours until like I could stop shaking. So that was fun. So that's why.
Are you sure he was in Sid's room, Mike?
I know. I feel like he might have been in someone else's room. Like I don't know, but like.
I was there, and I still remember the little ottoman in that room that I tried to take a nap on. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, you spent the night there like one night of the stay, and then I told you to just go home.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I was more comfortable than she was at that point.
Yeah.
But I figured, hey, I'm not the one that's.
Randall, I had a C-section. It ain't nothing. Yeah, I bet.
Hey, I've had multiple kidney stones.
My favorite part though is, I feel like nobody tells you this part after you have a C-section. Like, you're sore and you're bloated and whatever, and it takes a minute for things to kind of settle down. You have to be careful when you move. But they never tell you, like, when you get up or when you go to do something, you feel like you have no, like, abdominal control. And you also feel like if you stand up, all of your intestines will spill out. It literally feels like all of your insides are just going to slip out through the front, like nothing's holding them in. It's a very weird feeling, and I did not enjoy it. That was my least favorite part.
Yeah, well, they did cut right through your abdominal muscles.
Yeah, so. You just feel like everything's going to come sliding out. No.
She literally wants to be on our laps right now.
I know.
She hears a little bit of thunder like a long ways away, and she's losing it.
Yeah.
And when it's like that, they can't get close enough to you. They gotta try to get up against you, but they stink. I want to just put her out in the rain.
She's not bad right now. They're not bad. They smell like nothing. They smell neutral right now.
I smell them. Your nose doesn't work.
My nose works. Your nose doesn't work.
Oh, my nose works. My nose is. I smell stuff. You don't.
Oh my
I'll be like, do you smell that? No. Frankie, come here. Oh, she'll say.
No,
Mom, you can't
I
smell that?
Smell certain things, but if my nose is plugged up, but I just took a big whiff of her butt.
And you think it smells like roses?
I didn't say that.
I don't even need to lean over to know that is not something I want to smell.
Okay, do I smell good?
I'm not going to smell on you right now either.
See?
I'm just, because I don't trust your judgment.
Smell me. I just wanted to bonk him. David Glunt says, I need a C-section. I've been 7 months pregnant for the past 15 years.
Go. Hey.
Go lay down. Power Rangers.
So Robert's talking about a 360 back fusion. Ew.
Oh.
For a broken back. Ew. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Well, we have a friend who is having to have, what are they calling the procedure on his knee that he's having done this week?
Oh, they already did it. An re-articulation.
Yeah, so he had to have knee surgery. Man, it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
More than that.
Since he had knee surgery.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, and he can't bend his knee. And they said the top two, yeah, like 2% of the people that have this particular knee surgery.
Thank you, Wild and Free. Have a good night.
Something happens, and they can't bend their knee afterwards. So they have to force it to bend, and it would be so excruciatingly painful that they put you to sleep before they do it. But apparently, it hurts quite a bit afterwards too. So anyway, that was happening this week.
Randall, $10 super chat. Don't embellish. I stubbed my pinky toe and my doctor said I almost died. Doc said rub some dirt on it. At Lindsay, love you, but stop whining. LOL. Oh, no.
Oh, that I'll tell you what. I bet Randall. I bet you Lindsay could take you.
I was gonna say, I think Lindsay could take him too.
I bet she could take you, dog.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, if I was gonna bet money on that scrap, I might be throwing my money down on Lindsay all day.
I think so too.
Yep. Had a right ankle fused. Didn't Matt have an ankle fused?
Yeah, and then we had another friend who had a cadaver bone put in their ankle. Like, yeah.
Who?
Huh?
Who had a cadaver bone put in their ankle? Acquaintance, not a friend.
No. My brain just my brain is messed up. James Cook.
I didn't realize he had a cadaver bone.
He's on Facebook. He has his name as Jander, and so in my brain, I'm like, that's not his name, but like that's how I've been seeing it. So it like messes with me when somebody has a weird name on like their Facebook or whatever. That's how.
David said he just planted some grass on Come On Mountain, so he needs to get himself a Kenny.
Oh,
yeah. That's cool. You make all your lawnmower jokes you want about Kenny. It's all good. It's all good. Kenny, Kenny's. I'm calling Kenny a garden tractor, not a lawn tractor. Okay, that's what he is. He's a garden tractor. He has the exact wheelbase made for going over raised beds.
Oh no, Auntie Ann says she finds out tomorrow if she has to have surgery on her L4 and L5. Apparently they are no longer where they're supposed to be.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna hope that it's no surgery, just because back surgery is quite a
so
thing.
There's 181 people in here. That's potentially 181 prayers for Auntie Ann. That does not sound like a good time.
No.
L4 and L5 surgery. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to pray that away.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully. Did Kenny work good on Saturday? So we wound up not taking Kenny with us to Amory on Saturday.
Tom, I don't know what you're meaning, but I'm sorry for your loss. I'm not sure I think there was a word or two left out of that.
The game plan was to take Kenny with us to Amory for the tornado relief and disaster cleanup. And when Ryan got here with his trailer, he's got a big flatbed trailer, but I had put in the grapple on the front of Kenny, and we figured using the grapple to kind of steady some tree limbs or whatever while we cut them up would be a good thing. But I also had to put something on the back for ballast, and like the overall length of the tractor was going to be too much to then also get the Polaris on the trailer, because the Polaris is like a small car. And as we talked about it, we were like, well, if we can only have one or the other, the Polaris has a bed, we can put chainsaws and all kinds of stuff in it. So we opted to take the Polaris instead of the tractor, and turns out it was a good call. We could have used the tractor a little bit in a couple of places, but being able to move our tools and everything back into areas around these damaged homes where we couldn't drive a vehicle to, being able to, just saved us a lot of time. The Polaris was way more useful. So what's he saying about garden tractor?
David from Come On Homesteading says, I will go with garden tractor. That fits. And unlike Tim's, it's not a knockoff. And Auntie Ann says that she says that if it fixes the pain, she'll take the surgery for sure. I totally understand that. I hope maybe they can, I don't know, give you a shot or poke you in just the right way that you don't have to have surgery. Because I always hear, I don't know, you always hear like back surgery is like such a recovery and such a thing. And I mean, for some people it really does help, but it's just,
they're definitely getting
better at it.
They're getting better at it, and it depends on what they're doing on the back. If they've got to get anywhere near the spinal cord, I'm not digging that, because one little nick and like
then you can't feel your big toe.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not even. I'm not even going to put that out into the universe. We'll just change that subject right now.
There you go. Yes. We don't want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go back to talking about garden tractors versus lawn tractors versus. See, I feel like.
Well, David, you can come over and borrow Kenny anytime you need a good lawn tractor. Especially since it. Well,
Kenny's
I don't know.
not a lawn tractor.
I mean, garden tractor.
Kenny's a garden tractor.
That's what I meant. I said lawn because I'm looking at the lawn when I said it, and they had just said lawn.
Yeah, Kenny is a garden tractor. In fact, I had an option for a different bucket that was wider.
MT Homestead says, "Hi, Mike and Sid, listening while I try to get stuff done. Hi, everyone in chat."
Right on. Yeah, I want Kenny to be able to do composting, to be able to till, and to be able to make raised beds in the garden. That's the main reasons that I got Kenny. To grapple, that wasn't even on my radar initially, but then when I saw, they had a grapple that would fit a small garden tractor, I said, yeah, let's go ahead and get it. And turns out it's definitely useful. I mean, I can pick up a decent sized log and get it up here to like my height so I can saw it up.
Phone Man VA, Kenny and Uber do have something in common. They both broke.
Kenny's not broke at the moment. They both have been broken.
Randall, $5 super chat. David and Tim are in the hot tub.
Oh man, that's funny.
Very might be true. Thank you, Overwork. A little field. Gotta go. Everyone have a blessed Easter. Yes, thank you. Mike, is Kenny really a garden tractor? Why can't it be a tractor if it does what you need it to do? That's very true, the Kemp Family Hill. I mean, it's a tractor. It's a smaller model of all the models that they have. It's not the smallest one, and it's not the biggest one. It's kind of a mid one.
I think it's called a compact.
Yeah.
Or
it was called a.
Yeah, they have them that are smaller.
But we got the one that was bigger.
Yeah, we got the one that's like. It's bigger than like their subcompacts that are like riding lawnmowers. There's one that's in the same category as it that is like a 30 horsepower or a 32 horsepower.
3,500.
And Kenny's like a 26 horsepower.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't go with the one that had the slightly larger horsepower is because that horsepower only translated to
the baby tractor
driving speed.
Randall, $2 super chat. It's called the baby.
Both of them have the exact same amount of hydraulic lift capacity. So I said, well, why pay more for one that I can drive down the road a little faster, but has the same hydraulic lift capacity? And the PTO, I think the one that had a slightly more horsepower, you got a little bit more horsepower out of the PTO also. But the only thing I need the PTO on that tractor to do is run my tiller. If I need a PTO, if I need to run a PTO with a bush hog or anything, I've got the Ford, 50 horsepower, like a big, a real tractor.
Every time I hear you say PTO, I'm like, paid time off tractor, paid time off tractor. PTO. Bye, Jen. My 40 HP Kubota pulled out a 100 HP Mahindra.
Well, a 40 horsepower Kubota is a pretty good size Kubota. And yeah, I mean, once you start getting into the 40 horsepower range, that's, I mean, I think the Mahindra, I think Kenny is, I mean, not Kenny, Uber is, how many horsepower is Uber? Like right at 50, I think. And, Uber's a decent sized tractor.
Yeah.
But a 100 horsepower tractor, like that's a now you're, yeah, I mean, if you got a 100 horsepower tractor, you need, like, I cannot see me needing something that big. That's when you're doing your own hay, and you're pulling those big heavy balers, making the big round bales, or like
combine. Well, that's usually when you end up having more than one tractor sometimes too. So,
like, I mean, I hope that I don't need a 100 horsepower tractor.
Thank you, Paul Honeyman. He says, Sid, the ink you've had done looks awesome with the colors. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Like I hope that I'm like right where I need to be with tractors. I got one that's perfect for gardening, Kenny, and then I've got the old Ford. As long as that old Ford runs good, it's for bush hogging or anything else. That thing should be all I need.
Steve C says Kenny is a perfectly awesome tractor, Mike. I've got your back, brother.
Thanks, Steve. There you go.
Gunga Din, 100 horsepower tractor is over 80K, stripped and weighs close to 75,000 pounds.
Nope, that says 7,500, but
7,500. Sorry, I didn't get close enough.
An 18-wheeler, fully loaded down with lumber, trailer, 48-foot tractor trailer, is getting in the 75,000 pound range.
Gator Golf wants to know what your shirt says. It says, "This is my killing shirt," in really happy colors, and like it's My Little Ponies. It's a grunt style.
Yeah, grunt style.
They're seeing it not flipped, but we see it flipped.
This is my killing shirt. Yeah. No. I thought it was fun. I need a bigger tractor. Yeah. Sid doesn't really care about the size of my tractor. She's not that kind of size queen.
Yeah, I just
What?
need all the fowl and the poultry and that's what I need.
Yeah.
Build me a bigger chicken coop and then.
Well, look, if you try to garden with too large a tractor, you're not going to be able to. So.
Long live Kenny! Viva la Kenny!
Yeah, there've been a few things that we've done that I've been like, it'd be nice if I had a bigger tractor.
That's what she said.
But especially like when I'm trying to use the pallet forks to pull like pallets of concrete off of a delivery truck, Kenny cannot handle a pallet of concrete. Can't do it. But that's not what I got Kenny for,
That's why we have a teenage daughter.
Right. I did not get Kenny to do the 2 or 3 jobs a year that it would be nice if you had a big tractor to do.
Yeah.
I got Kenny to do the daily work in a garden that is backbreaking, that that is going to give me the ability to garden on a much, much larger scale.
James says if it's bigger, you'll just bend more expensive parts.
Cheers to that, James.
Oh,
yes, sir.
My gosh.
All day long.
Gina G says, how have you all liked the humidity now compared to the dry heat in California? I actually kind of like the humidity.
Well, it's not gotten that humid yet this year. It hasn't
gotten that humid yet this year here.
Right.
No, but when we got here, it was humid for the first 2 months we were here.
Yeah, we got here at the end of July last year.
And it was super humid. So
August, September, it was crazy.
And
it was
when
the hottest time of the year.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't mind it too much, but Frankie minds it a lot because she has curly hair.
Gunga Din, he's like, you have a daughter to move a pallet of concrete? Yeah. Hey, look, she's a little country girl, and she didn't actually have to move the whole pallet. What we did was we took another empty pallet, put it beside it. She emptied half the bags onto that pallet so that I could then lift that pallet up and take it. But yeah, there's some manual labor that's got to happen. It is what it is.
That's right.
And she's a tough little teenage girl that does manual labor. So It's all good.
The Kim Family Hill says if you ain't bending or breaking parts, you ain't working.
That's right.
There you go. So on that note, guys, we are time. What?
I totally did not realize it was 7 o'clock already.
Yes. You didn't hear me say 5-minute warning.
No, I wouldn't listen to you.
Accurate. Never.
I mean, I listen to you occasionally when you say things like it's dinner time.
I bought you ice cream.
Right.
Here's
totally.
Whiskey. Yeah,
Mike, I got you a bottle of whiskey. I hear all those things.
Yeah, he figures those things. So stick around, guys. We've got our Wednesday night lineup for you guys. You got Full Blown Country, and then you got Mike and Terry over at MTE Homestead afterwards, and then you got Brian with Vineyard Farmhouse. He's got Hiking with Jackie Boy on tonight, I believe.
Go Ridge Life.
That was Ransom.
I know.
Why would you do that?
I just felt like it.
Because you saw my Ridge Life.
They all know who he is.
Well, yeah. What if somebody doesn't, and then they're very confused right now? I don't know. Anyway, guys,
I did that for them.
Show everybody some love tonight. Tell Mike and Terry that we love them. I know that they're not listening right now because they were going to go eat or something. I saw her say, but tell them we love them, and I can't wait to see Mike and Terry very soon because I love me some Mike and Terry.
And hello, JoJo in Memphis.
There you go. Anyway, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Randall, thank you for all the super chats. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Until then, safety zone.